Good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm just going to do a short video here. So, on YouTube, I've been having a little bit of a war with um, another person on YouTube about Moorish Americans being indigenous to the Americas. So, he believes that being Moorish American, that they're indigenous to this country. But if you look on the page right now, you'll see the where the Moorish Empire ruled. Okay, so the Moorish Empire ruled basically southern Europe and northwest Africa. Okay, they didn't come over and conquer America or anything like that. It's stuff that they make up. If you go to the Moorish Science Temple of America, their so-called prophet Noble Drew Ali states that if you are from Morocco, you may be a Moor. Okay, so I know where these people are getting this crap from. They're reading stuff into from Taj Tariq Bey and from Sibir Bey, Kush Day. I haven't said Kush Day in a while and stuff like that, but he's a major part of all this mass confusion and false information. Also, there's another gentleman. I'm not going to. I should take that back. Another so-called Moorish American by the name of Cosmo L. And these are the top four so-called Moorish Americans that are giving out false names. So this is where the confusion comes in, and where they believe that they're indigenous and stuff like that. They were here before Columbus, and they were here before the true Native Americans. And I think it's basically with these so-called, not all Moorish American, but some of these claim to be indigenous, and those are the ones who are the culture vultures. They call themselves copper-colored skinned, and basically the Native Americans are known as copper-colored skins. The so that's where it's from there, and so again, we're just going to talk a little bit about the Moorish Americans being indigenous. So we're just going to switch over to another screen to the Moroccan. Whoops, that's not the one. The Moroccan World News website, and we're just going to read something from back in December. This is Lamont Butler, who got arrested for who got arrested a couple of times. Once for more than a couple of squatting, running a bogus firearms gun range. Then I just did a video of him just getting arrested on the side of the street. But we're going to check out the Moroccan World News websites, and I'm not going to read the first paragraph. It says the court turned into somewhat of a spectacle as the defendants either refused to cooperate or claim immunity as part of the treaties between Morocco and the United States. The event at the Maryland court followed an earlier case this week as the Moorish American group took over an informal gun range in the same state, declaring it protected under the consular jurisdiction of Morocco. The Moorish American ideology blends elements of sovereign citizens movement that claims that the United States are exempt from U.S. law because they consider themselves descendants of Moroccan Moors. Moors is historical catch-all term used by Europeans to describe Muslims during medieval times. According to the U.S. Poverty Law Center, Moorish Americans believe that they believed they were the original inhabitants and therefore entitled to self-governed nation within a nation status, claiming to possess territories within the United States made up of land they do not legally own. Okay, then um, they equally claim to be above the U.S. laws or U.S. law because of the 1786 Moroccan American Treaty of Peace and Friendship, in which iconically Morocco recognized the United States status of a sovereign nation. For Moorish American, this treaty makes them indigenous to the United States. While Moorish Americans claim to be above the law, they similarly appear to have little notion of the laws in their alleged country of origin, as the group has repeatedly been arrested for gun possession and for organizing training with small arms. Both are highly illegal in Morocco. So then at the rest of it states, um, one of the defendants in Friday's court case, Lamont Butler, going under his Moorish name Lamont Maurice L., in 2013 claimed and occupied a $6 million vacant mansion, and he claimed that the property was part of the 1836 treaty with Morocco and therefore belonged to him due to his self-proclaimed title as Consul General of the Moroccan Consul Court in the state of Maryland. What? So this is where the followers of Taj Tariq Bey, Kush Day, Cosmo L, and Sabir Bey, with pushing the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, makes them indigenous to the Americas, which we all know is 100% false. So I'm going to share a couple other things. Just Goddess of Truth. All you have to do is Google the Moroccan news, whatever that says, Moroccan World News, and it'll get you to the website. So also we're going to switch over a little bit, just something a little different here. Kind of stay on the same track, but since they all claim to be here first, this is I'm not going to read it, but it just, if you notice here, it says the first human beings to arrive in North America had come over the land bridge from Asia and Siberia, approximately 13,000 to 13,500,000 years ago. These people, the first Americans, were known as the Clovis people, if I pronounce that right. So, didn't say Moors or anything like that, so there's another strike against you. And let's switch over to something else. And what we're going to switch over to now is something that a Moorish sovereign citizen sent me. They love they love to take claim of everything that says more. So, this is it right here. So he sent me this in a Facebook Messenger post. So you've noticed what I have highlighted here, and and we're going to switch over to find out who he is. So let's take a look at who he is. And then I'll show you a picture of him. So he was a Moorish philosopher. back in 1126. So let's take a picture of him, and we'll take a look at what he looks like. So, and but you'll notice they take off Moorish and put it something else here, and we'll take a look at it. So this is him, and so yeah, and it claims that he's not dark skinned. And also, I've posted in here from another site, and you can see in my other videos where it's explaining that only 10% of the Moorish Empire was black. And again, so with that being said, why is it that you go to every Moorish Science Temple of America website, they're all blacks, or you Google Moorish American, and how come we don't find any white folks when the blacks only took up 10% of the Moorish Empire? This is not being racist or anything like that. I'm just showing you what I have um, learned over the last 8 years reading up on who the Moors were. And um, they're, yes, there are Moors today, but they consider themselves descendants of Moors. They don't claim to be Moors. They don't go. They don't have. They don't use names like El Bey or Ali in them, or have titles of nobility like emperor or empress or queen or king or noble or nobility or stuff like that. If you've heard me play a few Light Tajiri Bay conference calls on here, and how she calls her cult members and stuff like that. Yes, I said cult member because she is a cult, because the people that are listening to her are following her and ending up in jail. Okay, Afro Samurai, thank you for coming. Moors are Asiatic, not European term black. So let me get to something here, Afro Samurai. Then we'll just switch over here. Okay, are you ready for this? Afro Samurai? Yes, you are right. Bays were in the Ottoman Empire, but do a little bit more research. Okay, so are you ready for this there, Afro Samurai? I'm going to present something to you, just for you. Very simple, very easy to find. So let me share my screen. Asiatic race. What do you have to say? Hmm? What does it say up there, Afro Samurai? I'm waiting for a response from you, my friend. Um, I'm waiting. Okay, just bear with me for a second here. Hold on, I'm just trying to get something here for Afro Samurai here. My computer's being a little slow, so bear with me. Um, why is this doing this? Okay, there we go. Islam Brother Truth Science Bay. So, yes, ancestors of Egyptians were called Asiatic, but I'm trying to make a point here, but my computer's being a little slow, so just bear with me. This is where okay, whoops, that's not it. Sorry. Just bear with me for one more second here. Where'd it go? There it is. And just bear with me 1 second. This is going. I'm doing this for Afro Samurai. Okay, there it is. So let me just switch over here. So again, this is for Afro Samurai. Okay. Can you read that there, Afro Samurai? So it's called Afro-Asiatic. But you're not going to believe anything I say, and you refuse to come on here, so I shouldn't be a, um, shouldn't be catering to him, but it's just I've already did a video on the Asiatics and stuff like that, and the Afro-Asiatics. And so, one other thing, back to, I think there was one more thing I wanted to show. Um, no, I can't. Excuse me. No, I can't find it. I thought I had it saved up, but Afro Samurai came in, and I thought I had to. So he's stating that. So he's stating that Africa was known as Southern Asia before the colonization changed the name to Africa. Afro is a European colonizer word. So everything is European colonizers. If you don't agree with it, they're Afro Samurai. Am I correct? Here's. I'm going to invite you in again. Come on in. Let's talk about it. But I know I've I've asked you to come in a number of other times, but you refuse to come in. You can't stand your ground, so you can sit there and chat and put all this stuff in the chat, but you can't come on here and defend yourself and stand on your square with everything that you're saying. I've invited what is it, PNF somebody I can't remember on my old channel, and he stated that he could debunk all this stuff that I was saying, and then he got into talking about law, which has nothing to do with anything that I have brought up. So, but we do have another guy. Welcome to the stream.
What's going on? Islam, everyone. Yeah, I just saw the comment that the Afro Samurai made, and he said that, hold on, I don't want to misquote him. I'm just looking through the comments. He said, Bays founded the Ottoman Empire. I would like him to come on to this live feed and show and prove that to us. Show us where we can read that. Take us to some type of scholarly research that will support what he's saying, that the Beys founded the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, I've been invited. I posted the link in here in the chat. So let me do it one more time, and let's see if he comes on.
Because it's like you can't just say things that are left field and then just expect us to believe you. You're not Jesus, so we shouldn't just believe what you say. Come on and show and prove what you're saying.
I mean, the link is in the chat, Afro. I mean, come on, be a man, stand your ground. See, another thing, I was watching the History Channel the other day, and they were talking about the when the Moors invaded Spain and stuff like that. They didn't call it on the History Channel. They did not call it the Moorish Empire. They called it the Muslim. What was it? The Muslim invasion.
Yeah, they call it the Muslim invasion of Al Andalus.
Yeah.
Because and the thing that these Moors don't quite understand is that they're trying to connect themselves historically to people that never actually called themselves Moors. When you see that term Moor, it is because an outsider is referring to them as Moors. The people that they invaded, which were the people in Spain, when they wrote, and the Catholics, they refer to them as Moors, because Moors just really meant others. It just meant an outside. It didn't have anything to do with race or anything like that. So
then later on, the term Moor was a racial slur, which didn't last long. Then it's crazy where their so-called prophet was stating. I did a video on this recently, where that they are descendants of the Moabites. The Moabites have been extinct for a very long time, and you do the research on the Moabites, you find out they don't look like Drew Ali.
Of course not. All of the information that Drew Ali presented is pretty much wrong.
Yeah. Yep. It's like the main one. It's just like, if you're from Morocco, you may be a Moor. How many of these Moorish Americans can trace their family tree back to Morocco?
And what makes that statement even ridiculous is because the term Moor is foreign to Morocco. They don't even use that word.
No. And something else I have noticed, and I've mentioned it earlier, is they see the word more and they jump on it. There's a landmass in Yorkshire, England called the Yorkshire Moor. So one of the Moorish sovereign citizens created a family crest and put the Yorkshire Moors on there.
Well, they can do that all they want, but historically, that crest that he created would only date back to the day he created it,
Yes.
which is recent.
Yeah. Okay, now, Afro, why don't you come on and state this in the chat? And now he says Wikipedia states that the Ottomans are descendants of the Moabites.
Yeah, show us where it says that in Wikipedia. Matter of fact, why don't you just pull it up?
Yeah, pull it up and come on here and show
No,
us.
I'm talking to you. Swindle, go type in the Ottoman Empire and go to the Wikipedia page and
Okay,
scroll
hold on a
scroll
second.
through it, and let's see if what he's saying is correct. But either way, that has nothing to do with what he said about Beys created the Ottoman Empire, because
Okay.
Bey was just a governmental title within the Ottoman Empire. So how could that be? How could they be the creator? Like a Bey is just a title. It's like the mayor. That's all it is.
Okay, let me just get over there, share it. I mean, a lot of this stuff that they come up with is so easy to debunk.
Yeah, it's easy for us, but we know that the people that they're making these videos for more than likely junior high school and high school dropouts, so they're not gonna uh, do extensive research on anything that they're speaking. They're just gonna flat out believe them.
Yeah, I'm on the site now, just slowly scrolling down. And okay, I'm still not seeing anything on Moors or um,
Moabites
yeah, Moabites.
or the Beys creating the
Yeah,
empire, like he said.
still nothing. Okay. Still not seeing anything. Do-do-do-do-do. Now we're into the history. Nothing there. If you see something I missed, just tell me to stop.
No, I mean I don't need to tell you to stop because I know it's not there.
Yeah.
This is a claim he made. He should come on
Yeah.
and be showing us.
And there's a picture there of an Ottoman. Yeah, so
It's just not there.
yeah. Again, you're Afro samurai. You're doesn't look good for you, my friend. I can't read the chat, so if he's in the chat spewing something, just let me know.
He said Wikipedia look up the word Bey. Now he doesn't want you to look up the Ottoman Empire. He just wants you to look up the word Bey. That's a bay right there. That doesn't look like you Moorish Americans.
No mentions of being used in the Moorish American society.
He just needs to come on and read it word for word from the screen, everything that he's saying, because he's making a statement, so he needs to show us where he's getting that from.
Yeah. Again, nothing. As we saw the word Ottoman.
Yeah, we saw Ottoman, but it didn't say Beys created the Ottoman Empire. Like, see, that's the problem with you guys. You guys can't comprehend what you even read. So what's the point of even reading? He said, go back to the first paragraph.
You come on here and you come and tell us what to do instead of being in the chat. Here's the link one more time. I
Listen,
play nice.
listen. He said the Beys created the Ottoman Empire. And
Yeah.
what I'm saying is Bey is just a governmental title within the Ottoman Empire. So now he's saying go back to the first paragraph. So just read the first paragraph and see if it says that the Beys created the the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, okay. Got to go back to the Ottoman. Okay.
No. I think he wants you to read from where it's from the Bey one. He said read the first paragraph. That paragraph that you have on the screen, read it right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. It does mention.
No, but does that paragraph say that the Beys created the Ottoman Empire? Because that is
No.
the argument that he's saying.
Yeah. We're looking at it right now. It doesn't state it.
Read what it says for him.
He can read it himself. I want him to come on here and read it.
Maybe he can't read. That might be the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. So it says it traditionally applied to people with special lineage to the leaders or rulers of various size areas in the numerous Turkic kingdoms. It's like Central Asia, South Asia, Middle East, such as the Ottoman. I can't even pronounce that word right there. So it doesn't have. Bey has nothing to do with.
Afro Samurai, that paragraph that you just told us to read, it is not saying that Beys created the Ottoman Empire. So we're asking you to come up and show us where it says that, because that is what you said.
He's not going to come on.
I know he's not going to come on.
Hey Goober, how you doing? Liz D, how you doing? Goddess, how you doing? PJ, I saw there. So, anything else there, Afro Samurai? Let me go back to
Quiet
this.
now. He's not even saying anything else in the chat.
Yeah, because he knows he's wrong.
Maybe we need to give him $6,000 so he can take a vacation with Sabir.
I knew you were going to throw his name in there.
You see the video he made today? He is fuming.
Yeah. When aren't they asking for money?
Yeah, it's just sad, man. And the people on his live feed, they're just sheep. It's just so sad, man.
Here's the thing. Um, you're only with asking for money like that. You're only
Oh, look. Now he's saying, Wikipedia look up Ottoman Empire. We just did that, and then you told us to look up Bay instead. Like what you're saying, it says is not there. Like stop it already. We're not gonna keep going back and forth. Why don't you come up and prove and show us that that what you're saying is supported by the Wikipedia article?
yeah. Come on. This is what I wanted to share, but it's a crappy picture. But these are Asiatic people. You have the North Asiatic race. Then you go down. I mean, these are Asiatic. Where do you fit in here, Afro Samurai? Huh? Do you fit in anywhere into the Asiatic list here?
That term isn't even a term that's really even recognized.
Yeah. Then another thing they take out of context, where the original term blackamoor came from. It describes African art and statues and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's the art. That's the statue. Yeah, the black African statue.
Yes,
You know?
but there's also another term from it. I had it saved on my other computer, but I got to get everything off the hard drive. But the originally came from the Queen of England. One of her guards, both of them were last names were Moore. One of them was black, and the other one was white. And she asked for the Moore to come, the guard by the last name of Moore to come in, and she goes, "Which one?" And she said, the black Moore. And that's where the original term of blackamoor came from. That's probably um, folklore, but it's something that I've found, and I thought it was kind of relevant to that. And speaking of Moor, these Moorish sovereign citizens also with the last name of Moore run with that also.
That's just different variations of how to spell the word. It's
Yeah,
all the same.
yeah. They go Muur. Uh,
MAUR. It's all the same. It's
yeah,
just being spelled in different languages.
but I have nothing against um, the temples. I don't believe their religion. I just don't. I don't agree with it. That's my opinion. That's where we live here in America, and that's voicing my opinion. But the people that call themselves Moorish American that don't go to the temples and claiming Moorish science and just going over blowing up everything, those are sovereign citizens. And if you go to the New Jersey Homeland Security, they call the Moorish Americans uh, domestic terrorists, paperwork terrorists, and stuff like that. That's where you get the people like Tajiri Bey, Sharon Gale Bay, Jamal. Um, the list can go on. I've got a notebook full of probably 30 or 40 different gurus and stuff like that who are not. I'm not defending the Moorish Science Temple, but they're not um, practicing what their so-called prophet noble Drew Ali was teaching them. They're just totally off
See,
reservation.
the issue with that is, let me use Christianity as an example, right?
Yeah,
Let's take a look at the Bible. How many pages would you guess the Bible is?
no idea.
The Bible. is at least, damn, I don't have my Bible here. I would say at least 500 pages. It might be longer than that. No, it's probably longer than that. The issue with the religion that Drew Ali created, their version of the Bible, the Holy Quran, is about 90 pages long. So there's no way that such a short book is going to be the only source of reading that these people are going to go by, which is why you have these other people creating literature and you know what I mean? Because the stuff that he created is just not enough. Nobody's gonna be able to live their lives through and through a 90-page pamphlet. Like anything that's less than 100 pages is pretty much considered a pamphlet. You can't live your life through a pamphlet. It's
Yep.
impossible.
Yeah. Then the majority of the stuff that Drew Ali got from his Holy Quran was the Aquatic Life of Jesus Christ or something like that. I can't remember what the name of the book was.
Aquarian Gospel and Unto Thee I Grant. He took half of it is from one book and the other half from another book.
Yeah.
So the literature is not even something that he came up with. He copy and pasted from other places.
Yep. Yeah. Liz D is correct. Um, Post that up in there. Oops, get up there. Yeah, you take out the parts that Drew Ali plagiarized. It's there's really the Quran isn't that big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then they're wondering why we have people like Tariq Bey who's making their own literature. It's because the literature that Drew Ali left behind just isn't enough. And that's just a fact. If you
Yeah,
can't have a religion where the holy scripture is 90 pages and then you're supposed to use that 90 pages to live your life, like that is crazy.
yep. But you look at back then where you have CM Bay, which split off from Drew Ali and created the Zodiac Constitution, and that's where a lot of these Moorish sovereign citizens are taking their ideas from because um, it tells you that you don't have to obey the laws of this country.
Yeah, that's true. But see, the thing is, now that is just what you Ali created was the religion. What they're creating is how to live your life. So one necessarily doesn't have anything to do with the other. You know what I mean? Like they're not writing religious texts. They're writing texts, and they think that that is the key to getting up from up under the quote unquote oppressor and trying to find all these loopholes and how to live your life and not pay taxes. So that doesn't have anything to do with religion.
Yep, it's totally um, sovereign citizen
Thing is, they
BS.
can still you can still do all of that civic stuff and still be practicing what Drew Ali left behind if that's how you choose, if that's what you choose to do.
Yep,
So me personally, I don't make a distinction between sovereign citizen Moors and temple Moors. They're all the same. Their prophet is Noble Jew Ali. So they're all one and the same. Now, whether one then goes outside of the text and practice all of this other stuff that's not part of the religion, that's just, that doesn't make him any less a Moor or Moorish American.
yep,
He just was open to reading more literature because the literature that Noble Drew Ali left behind just wasn't enough.
yeah. Then I was able to. I mean, they said that Drew Ali went to the 1928 Pan American Summit.
Yeah, he didn't go to that.
we found that there was a Drew Ali that went to Cuba, but we were able to find all the names of all the attendees of
Yeah, he wasn't
the Pan
there.
American Summit. Guess whose name wasn't on there?
He wasn't there. That's just a myth. Like there's all type of myths surrounding Drew Ali. There's another myth that says when Drew Ali was a kid, his aunt put him in an oven and it burned him and he still lived. All type of different crap. It's just myths. None of it
Yeah.
is real.
Oops, I'm just trying to. Come on. I'm using a Chromebook and I really hate it right now. I'm trying to find where the. Yeah. Come on. It basically states that the courts don't have jurisdiction over the Moorish people.
Just foolishness.
Yeah. So it's if these people were truly Moors, they wouldn't be doing half this stuff. Um, but
What do you
again,
mean?
I don't know if you heard the beginning of the video is during the Moorish Empire. 10% of the Moorish Empire was black. So
No,
how
no.
come we don't see any
Hold on. I'm
white?
gonna correct you there. There is no such thing as a Moorish empire. That's not a thing. That's not real.
It's the Muslim Empire.
The empires that they were a part of were Muslim Arab empires, and they
Yeah,
all had names. There
yeah,
is no Moorish empire.
yeah. That's what I was saying. They were calling it on the History Channel. They were calling it the Muslim invasion.
Yes, it's the Muslim invasion of Spain because the people that were black that was in that empire, they were Muslims.
Yes,
But
but not.
collectively they were called Moors, which is why when you look at when you look in the definition of the word Moor, you always see Arabs are defined as Moors as well,
Yeah,
because Moors and the Africans were collectively called Moors,
yeah.
but they did not call themselves that. That is
Right.
very important.
Correct. Um, but it's and on that note, something else I just recently found. Um, the women weren't called when they were the more. I'm doing air quotes Moors. Women were called Moorish, Mooress, and there was very few women under that the Muslim invasion.
No, there were women there, but the women were you they. I mean, this was a different time, so I don't want to offend anybody, but the
Yeah,
women were insignificant. You know what I mean? They were
yeah,
just used sex toys,
yeah,
which is why you see there are a lot of um a lot of the people that were referred to as Moors. They have a father that is an Arab and a mother that is an African, because the leaders of the Muslim empires, they had these concubines and these stables, and they had these slaves, and they used to impregnate their slaves, and their
yep,
slaves were the African women, and
yeah,
those African women then had children, and those children would grow up, and they they were both. They were Arab mixed with African.
yep. So, long story short, we know that the more sovereign citizens aren't indigenous to this country because the Moorish American technically doesn't exist.
But even that, I don't even understand how they don't even understand that doesn't make sense. You can't be indigenous to one place, but then also claim that you come from Morocco. You can't be indigenous to the Americas, but then say that you come from Morocco. That's just not how it works.
Yeah,
That's an oxymoron. It makes no sense.
It's like how they say sovereign citizens an oxymoron.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, they don't realize that that term was purposely constructed to be an oxymoron. And the
Yeah.
part that they don't realize is they're called sovereign citizens because they want to be sovereign, but they're really citizens.
Yep.
So that word was constructed purposely to be an oxymoron to mock them.
Um, Goddess of Truth. There are people who are descendants of Moors, and they're of course in Northwest Africa. So that's and then oh, look who's back here again. It's Afro Samurai now. He's got the Treaty of Madrid 1880 in the general. Yeah, how does Afro Samurai? How does that apply to you?
Exactly. You are an American citizen.
How do any of these treaties apply to you? How does the Treaty of Peace and Friendship apply to you?
People are so lost and uneducated, and they found some information that they like, and they just make complete fools of themselves.
Yeah, what is it? The Treaty of Tripoli? They also believe in. Um,
Any treaty that the United States have with any of those African nations, they think has something to do with them. I
the
mean,
treaty with
technically, it
indigenous
does.
people.
Technically, those treaties do have something to do with them, but on the American end of it, not
Yeah,
the not the other way around. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Then the Treaty of Peace and Friendship is all about
Well,
shipping and
shipping and stuff.
commerce.
Yeah, like it's for it's give Morocco the right to do trade with the United States. That's it.
Yeah, but when you do get one of these so-called Moors on my channel, like I've had before, they start coming in with this P and F guy. I just can't think. Was on my last channel, and I started questioning him, and then he comes back with questions about law. It's like, okay, when you're doing questions, when you're answering a question with a question, that tells me you don't know the answer.
Yeah, exactly. Like this isn't Jeopardy. You can't
Yeah.
answer a question with a question.
Yep. So, and this has nothing to do with law. I'm going in, finding stuff that the so called Moorish American state, I'm researching it, reading up on it, finding multiple sources about it, then coming on here and doing a video like I did on the Moabites. The Moabites have been extinct for a very long time, and there's no mention of, doing the air quote again, Moors ever being Moabites. Then see if I can get this quick enough over. This one guy who I've been chatting with on Facebook claims that he is part of the Moabite tribe. So let me just give me a second here and I'll show you. Um, he is a more from a different faction of this more sovereign movement, and he is so brainwashed into this Moorish American government website. When you ask him questions, he always answers with find it on his Moorish American website.
The website that he or somebody he knows created. Like that doesn't make the information valid,
Right.
even if it is there.
But um it's the bullcrap that they believe, and um they think it's real. They find it on a website or a book from Cosmo L or Sibir Bay or Taj Tarik Bay or Jonah Bay. Any of these
Yeah,
people.
I've just I've been getting a lot of the information, and I really see now that Taj Tariq Bey is definitely he is the reason 90% of this information is out here. Like he has
Yeah,
written a lot of this stuff, and they just believe it wholeheartedly.
yeah. So, um, just bear with me for a second, and I'll show you. Um,
I'm
so
about to jump off though. I gotta get ready for work.
yeah, just give me 1 second or 2 seconds here, and I'll show you. This is
Sure.
very, very interesting. So let me just, I'm just getting ready to share it here. Oops. Okay.
He said just as India name was the Moroccan Empire before British colonization changed. Oh my God, what the hell is he talking?
Yeah, it's okay. Come on. Let me close. Oh, I got okay. Got too many.
Where's this guy getting this information? That's all I want to know. Just show us where you getting this information from. I don't just want to believe you the way you believe Taj Tariq Bey. Show us where you're getting this from. And if you can't show us where you're getting it from, then it will be safe for me to assume that you made it up.
Okay, so now I'm going to share this. So, what I'm showing you now is the picture of the guy that I've been chatting with on Facebook who claims to be a descendant of the Moabites. And I have a picture of a Moabite. So, let me just show you this. And I got to call it quits too because I got to get to work here. Let me show you this quickly. And here we go. So, the guy on the left hand side is his name is Julius, and he's been stating that that he is a Moabite. But if you look at this guy, there's no comparison of that. This guy is a lot lighter skinned, different facial features and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you can't really go off looks because if you look at me and then you looked at my son, you wouldn't think that my son is my son. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? DNA mixes and we have all these different, nobody is 100% anything. So you can't really go off how a person looks.
yeah. But Afro Samurai Wikipedia is um, it's good, but it's not. It doesn't fulfill what you're looking for. You have to go out and find proof from I found um, I found this kid's report on who the Moors were. He goes into great depth of his resources, and I've shown a couple of the resources on previous videos, but Wikipedia tells a little bit, but there's a lot more information out there
No,
that's
Wikipedia
not on
also
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia shows their sources as well. My thing is what Afro Samurai said, Wikipedia does not support what he said.
Yes, exactly.
So that's the issue. What he's
Yeah,
saying is not being said on that Wikipedia article.
yeah. Unless he's looking at a totally different page.
Yeah, unless he's looking at a Moorish Wikipedia, then maybe he needs to give us the website to that one. But the arguments that he's bringing forth is not supported by the Wikipedia that we see.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to put a link in my chat here, just really quick. And um, Afro Samurai,
Maybe you should just keep emailing him and try to set up another live stream where
uh,
he'll actually get on.
he's on here all the time on pretty much every live feed, and I invite him, and he doesn't.
Yeah, tell him to come up and give us a presentation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We want to learn. We want to learn. We want to
yeah,
learn what you've learned. And if you can't show us what you learned and where you learned it from, then it's safe to assume that you made it up.
Afro Samurai just posted a link in the chat. It's called moorishhistory.com. You're going to have to translate it because it's in Arabic.
Oh,
But
but he
if you
should
have,
know Arabic because he's a Moor, right?
yeah. So
So that shouldn't be an issue for him.
if you don't have a translator on your computer, you're not going to be able to see it. But there it is. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming on, especially Truth Science. Thanks, Facts or Frauds, Dr. Andy, Goober, Liz, Sonny, um, and anybody else I missed. Thank you all for coming on. I was a
All
little bit
right,
on
yeah.
here longer than I wanted. Okay, thanks, Truth Science, for coming on.
All right, no problem, man. I gotta go to work.
Same here.
All right.